I've heard that life is what you make it. I say, make room to grow. I'm your host, LaWanda Dockery, and this is the Make Room to Grow podcast. It all started with a dream about growing food, and who would ever imagine that growing food would lead to me learning about personal growth and development? Well, it did, and I want to bring you along for this beautiful ride. Thank you so much for joining me. Hello, Grow Nation. I am back with another quick tip for you, and I just want to remind you to keep an eye on the weather during this time of year. Last night and also tonight, the temperatures in zone 7A, where I'm located, it's back down into the 30s, and we thought we may have been in the clear. Now we know this time of year is fickle. Often we have a lot of rain, and even as late as Memorial Day, it's really rainy in this part of the country. But we were having some really nice 70-ish type days. But last night, all of a sudden, yesterday there was a thunderstorm and the weather just took a turn and we had to cover up our plants, y'all. I've seen people even as far down south as Atlanta cover up their plants. I've heard of the folks out in Michigan having snow, so we have to be ever so watchful, ever so careful of covering up our plants this time of year. Yes, it is cuffin season. We have to be on guard for just little cold snaps. There are a number of things that you can do to keep your plants warm when it's cold out. And the first step is, if you are able to, bring them indoors. For example, I have seedling trays. They're about 72 cells in a long, 2 trays actually. And so I bring them indoors because they're able to I can set them on a table, and any other type of planter or grow bag or anything like that that's portable, bring those indoors. Next, if you have anything that is in a raised bed or in ground or anything that you started early, you can cover those up. I would first, if you're in a raised bed, first start with covering it up with plastic. Do that earlier in the day so that it can absorb some of the warmth. And what we do is we take those big contractor bags, we cover up the bed, maybe just secure it in with something heavy that won't cause it to move and that it will stay in place, and you'll notice that your plants will be kept nice and secure overnight. If you refer back to the list that we gave you of cool weather crops, that's also good for this time of year because there are some things that can withstand a little cold snap, like your greens, your brassicas. The lettuce that I started, I did not bother to bring that in because it can withstand a little cold. So that's another way to kind of protect yourself from cold weather. All right, guys, that was my quick tip. It's cuffin season. Remember, y'all, I want you to be intentional about those areas in your life where you are going to make room to grow.